If you ask me, I don't think anyone had any idea how big Helldivers 2 would actually become. Despite it showing up in a few different trailers and also in some PlayStation showcases, no one had any idea or clue on how big this game would actually become. That includes me. I was not paying any attention towards it, and after February 8th, when the game actually launched and servers were live, I saw so much about this game online, and it made me want to, see what it was all about. I put down $40. I played for now a little bit over 24 hours or so, and I'm walking away looking at this being amazed and shocked and just had a fun time. And I'm still going to be playing this game. Helldivers 2 is certainly one of the best, newest live service experiences that you should be playing right now. And if you're not, you're a traitor to democracy. For anyone who's unaware, Helldivers 2 is a sequel to Helldivers, a game which released on the PS3 and PS4 back in 2015 under the same studio, Arrowhead. It was a four-person cooperative top-down shooter, which relied on you doing certain objectives, maybe some side objectives here and there, to then complete the objectives and then extract. That was the simplest rundown. As a person who did not play the first game, I don't know how else it worked. Even so, the elements that you can find in Helldivers remain here in Helldivers 2. Four-player co-op, with extraction type based gameplay, with you having certain objectives that you must do around the map, while also having side objectives that could help you out or potentially just further your XP gain and your resource gain. And with that extraction type based gameplay, you must eventually leave the area or escape under a time limit, sometimes 40 minutes, sometimes 10 minutes. It just kind of depends on what mission type you choose, all having various difficulties and all sorts of challenges that you might stumble upon on every planet. For example, on some planets, there can be a meteor shower. If you're a big fan of Hoshimase Suse, I hope I said that name right for a friend, otherwise you gotta kill me, you can get completely killed by meteors. As a person who's been killed by meteors like 3 times in a match, personally speaking, they're not fun to experience because you're trying to, say, run or just move around the environment, but on a, I don't know what to call it, just on a general gameplay bias, and also just, it adds so much to the game. It adds so much chaotic energy that is, just fun to be around. It adds a wonderful blend to a game already filled with chaos and, crazy action at some points. I mean, there's some points in this game that are very kind of peaceful, where nothing is happening, and you can say these are kind of random events in a sense, where they will add, a bit of spice because you're trying to dodge meteorites falling from orbit into the planet and, not trying to die from them. It adds a bit of spice. In the same way, stratagems also add a bit of spice to how the game works. Stratagems are a critical part to Helldivers, and in Helldivers 2, they are also, once again, critical. They add a lot of different ways to play the game, as you can either get support weapons, backpacks with lots of different gear, either be it with ammo, a shield, jetpack. There's also orbital barrages, there's turrets, there's mines, strafing runs in some cases. All stratagems provide a different utility and help to, depending on the mission type, to help with your success on completing it. For example, take the just Gatling Barrage. It's a good way to deal with bug nests, like the earlier difficulties, because they're able to clear out a lot of just, low-level creatures, potentially, or other weapons like the railgun, flamethrower, anti-material rifle, one-round tank launcher, or whatever you want to call it. All these provide a different use, and all, I would say, you choose these before you actually land. So you want to kind of, for your team at least, want to game around what you have on hand, so everyone can crucially play a part for whatever you are currently fighting against, and also what you're trying to complete for your objectives. And with the input system being a directional input type system, kind of like a fighting game combo, it just adds to the chaos, say as you're running away or trying to immediately land and you just see 3 chargers like near you, or a Bile Titan, or something worse like a tank, or you're near a base, and it just adds to the chaos. It adds to the fun, and adds to just the wackiness that can come down to Helldivers. Ragdoll physics are real, both for your enemies and you, and I have survived some impacts thanks to a set of armor that I use on a regular basis now, but it is so much just fun and sometimes addicting to just see explosions. Having stratagems in general are just fun, and I think especially with the new mechs that are being added and other future machines and other machinery that are going to be probably added in the future, they're just going to bring so much, uniqueness and just fun to Helldivers 2 in a sense. As for your regular weaponry, a lot of the guns right now are kind of hit or miss. I think for right now, the shotguns like the Breaker are some of the best in this game. And one of my concerns going forward is with the premium battle pass. And I'll talk about monetization a little bit later, but some guns are locked behind the premium battle pass. You do unlock some guns also in the regular battle pass, but it's kind of going to be, I'm going to be looking forward to see how they kind of split, because some guns, like the current, there was a new show that just came out a few days ago, I should say, that showcased new guns being added to that premium battle pass, or a new season of the premium battle pass being added, and makes me wonder how are newer players going to obtain these weapons if they don't want to, if they don't choose to put money for the premium battle pass. Outside of that, the regular weaponry is pretty fun. I think all the guns fire off pretty well. Like, I'm a big fan of the way you can just go to first person and you're firing these weapons, and the impact and feel that you have with each of these is just wonderful. I cannot think of another game off the top of my head, maybe outside of maybe Destiny 2, where the gunplay did not feel as rewarding or as fun as it is here. What's also important for battle is also your Helldivers actual armor set. The helmet and cape don't really provide that much of a bonus. They're more so cosmetic in a sense, but your most important piece that you will wear is your armor. Your armor sometimes, depending on what you have, can provide either buffs in terms of how fast you're able to sprint, how effective you are if thanks to explosions near you, or recoil, you get extra shims or grenades. I do kind of wish there was maybe more bonuses with helmets as well, if we're just going to have a bonus with armor sets and maybe with helmets. I think capes, I don't think there should be any sort of hindrance or at all. They're capes. They're supposed to look cool and iconic for every Helldiver, and I think personally, despite having maybe a little, less capes than I would like to have right now, I think they're fine. The capes, I love them. They're cool. A thing I would like to see in the future is maybe just color customization, even with the basic sets of armor. They're not bad or anything, but having your first sets of armor just be plain the colors of the game, black and yellow. I kind of wish let people just put their own colors on there. Let me see red or blue or I don't know, green or orange, yellow. Just go wild with the color customization. I think that'd be very cool. I'm a big fan of that. Another thing I should say would probably just be down to the actual enemy design. Both the Terminids and the Automatons are pretty cool, and I think offer their own challenges and own weaknesses that you can exploit and use to your advantage. The Terminids can easily still overwhelm players who are unprepared, don't have the right stratagems, or even don't have any stratagems ready for call. And with things like the Bile Titan, the Charger, Stalkers, the Acid Shooter creatures, I hate those things so much with a passion, they are easily just fun to play against. They are a bit of a challenge, especially when a bug breach happens and two Bile Titans, oh my gosh, 2 Bile Titans spawn, and just you have to deal with them. Have fun in the midst of having dealing with the small annoying bugs. I hate Stalkers with passion. I know there's only usually one spawn location on map sometimes, but man, those are some annoying bugs to fight against. I will not lie. But despite everything, they offer a good challenge, and they're pretty fun to play against. The Automatons, on the other hand, I've lost a lot against them in general. They offer a different challenge, and certainly with their tactics and also with what they can, utilize, being energy-based weaponry, and also just mortars, sentries, tanks, giant Hulk armored robots. It's crazy. But they offer, like I said, another type of challenge, and you have to prepare differently for them. That with them being mainly range based, and they do have few units that can rush you down, or like say like a tank that can just roll upon you, and you're like unprepared to fight them. They are fun. In my limited time of fighting against them, they are fun. Also, they provide like I said, their own challenge, and they are certainly unique. And I look forward to the third faction being added soon, as if you are unaware, the Illuminated, which is another energy-based faction that could potentially force choke you, apparently thanks to some leaks. I look forward to that. That's a lie, I don't look forward to it at all, but the time I've spent in this game, I've had fun, a lot of fun. And I hope the third faction that they're likely going to add relatively soon, the Illuminated, also offer a unique challenge in a sense and have us prepare new stratagems and new weaponry against them so we can potentially succeed against the battle with them. As for my complaints, as we know, Helldivers 2 is a live service game. It not only relies on player retention or people coming back to play the game every day or so, it also requires people spending money on the cash shop and also the battle pass. I feel like I don't know how the battle pass is going to be handled. Recently, they announced some new stuff coming to it, but is that a new edition of the battle pass? Are they going to replace the current one that's, on the shop that's been here for basically a month? Or are they going to, remove these armor sets and weapons that are in these, or are they going to put them in the gun loop? Or, how's it going to work? That's kind of, my one. I'm curious to see how it develops. I can't say I have a solid idea how it's going to, turn out, because right now I'm recording before these new weapons and other items get added into this, the next battle pass or into this battle pass, and it does make me a little curious on how it's going to work. If it does happen to remove these guns and also other armor sets, I won't be necessarily pleased. As a person who's not necessarily grinding for this premium battle pass, just using I'm still obtaining rewards in the free battle pass that you can play at any point and get these things at. I would be annoyed because say if these weapons become useful, or the armor sets become useful, it'd be annoying not to have them, but it is what it is. And I guess this is a minor concern because at the end of the day, I understand what the devs are trying to do. They're trying to balance this game, and balancing, in my opinion, is hard. I'm not a person who knows how to balance anything. I think some things are perfectly fine as they are in a game, and sometimes they're clearly not, but because I'm, say I'm exploiting them or using the items or weapons or characters to a crazy amount and they're just overpowered. But there's no way to say that, do I think the recent changes are bad? I don't know. I didn't necessarily use the railgun. I used the flamethrower, and even before they buffed it, I didn't mind using the flamethrower just against the smaller mobs of bugs, and that's fine. But say that you can empty a canister, a flame against a charger and down it in one canister or something is kind of crazy. I mean, I've seen now my friends just been using flamethrowers, and I don't hate it. I think at the end of the day, there's no way to perfectly balance the game. That's just unattainable. That's an unattainable goal in any game. And Helldivers, while I would hate to admit it, does have sort of a meta, and meta weapons like the railgun kind of got screwed over. In a perfect world, every weapon, every utility item, every stratagem, every armor set could be easily just be perfect. Even against the enemies could be perfectly made in a sense where we don't have to worry about certain things or whatever, but that's just not clear. That's not going to happen at all. It is what it is. Helldivers 2 is still pretty fun to me, and I still likely playing it for a few months on still just to see how it is, because I think, I'm having fun with it. There's no reason for me to walk away after after only playing it for 30 or 25 hours or less than that. I'm having fun. And I think if you haven't bought this game yet, or you have bought this game yet, try to recommend it to friends, because playing alone isn't the greatest time in the world. Maybe if you're a good player and you have the best gear, you can solo everything. I think there's some clips about that being posted online, but just have fun with friends. I think that's the best way to experience this game. It's kind of like Lethal Company. While probably would have fun by yourself, if you're playing with friends, it just adds these moments of just sporadic chaos and fun. So, Helldivers 2, you should probably play it. Hey everyone, Vrix here, and this is me signing off. Before I sign off, I should mention this. You may have seen the community posts, I was working on a FGC or fighting game video. Something has come up with that. I'm still going to be working on that. This is just kind of a other project I've been working on the side. I guess you could say I've kind of been slacking on the fighting game stuff. I've been playing more Helldivers as of late, but that fighting game video is still in production. I didn't like how it was handled necessarily in the script department. I'm still kind of just looking through it and reading back some of the stuff and going okay, this could be better or more improved. These longer forms of videos where they are just more discussion based, or me talking about especially for fighting games, I want to talk about why people should be playing fighting games, and I'm right now I'm not really happy with what I have, or just, for my examples of games and such. So it's not on the back burner. It's gonna be the next video I hopefully try to make. Maybe this month I can get it done before the end of the month at least. But that video is coming out hopefully soon. So if you are on the lookout for that, I apologize. This idea, actually, I should say, has been on the back of my mind for this past February since I started playing Helldivers 2. So look forward to that. If you like this type of content, please subscribe. Please like the video. Please comment. I appreciate any and all support, and anyone who has not played Helldivers, this is a video for you. And anyone who has not, who needs friends to play with, just send them this video, convince them, send them plenty of different Helldivers videos. Helldivers is fun. That's all. With that, I'm signing off for real this time. It's been nice. Have a good day or night. See ya. It's been Vrix.